Red flags, red flags, red flags everywhere. Stay tuned. Hey sitters, welcome back to another video. It is Lydia. Thanks for joining me. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a family that I almost got scammed by. A couple videos back, I did a video with Officer Bowling about how to keep ourselves safe as babysitters. And in that video, we talked about looking for red flags in families and running the opposite way if you do find some. Recently, I have had it happen to me where I was getting scammed or in the process of getting scammed by a family, and I want to share with you guys step by step what that looked like and what went through my head and how I was able to catch it early on so I didn't truly get scammed. In 12 years I've been doing this, it still happens, but I just have been able to catch those red flags early on so that I can keep myself and my sitters safe. So I'm going to read a couple different things to you guys in a couple different manners, both email and text. And again, I will go step by step about what went through my head. And not only did was I questioning it, I sent it to a couple people for backup to say, what do you think about this? So I have my computer here and my phone. I'm going to be reading off of those. So if that's what if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So this person reached out via text for our first interaction, and she said, "Hello, my name is blank, and I need your babysitting services for my 5-year-old son. It's a very busy day for me today, so kindly send me your email address, and I'll write further details about the job as soon as I get a chance." Now that text message, nothing really popped out to me except for the fact that it was very rushed and very straightforward, which is not terrible. It's not bad, but a lot of my clients and a lot of families that I interact with are not that straightforward, and it's not a rushed process. I kept going and I said, sure, my email is blank. So then later that evening, I got a text again saying, "Hello, I appreciate the response, texting you to inform that I emailed. Please write back please read and write back soon." So that is another thing. Not a lot of people demand that you write back. Yeah, she threw a please in there, but write back soon kind of was a little iffy. So I went to my email, and this is the email I got. "Hello, I need your babysitting services for my son, Sam, 3 times a week, starting from 2nd. My name is blank, and I'm single mother who just moved here for work. Rented an apartment, and I'm in the process of moving in. I'll be needing your services for my Sam once I move in. I need you 4 hours 3 times a week before he starts school here, and will also need you to help run a few errands. And you will help with a few things around the house. Please let me know if you're available and interested. I'll write more details about the job. I'm hearing impaired, so emails and texts are the best way to communicate until we meet in person. I really need a responsible and kid-friendly babysitter. I also want someone trustworthy and punctual. Please let me know what part of town you're in to determine your proximity to my place. I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks." Okay, so that was the email I got from her. A couple things that first was very interesting to me. So three times a week starting from 2nd. A lot of people are very detailed about what they're looking for so that they're cutting out most of this back and forth. If they truly need somebody really quickly, they let you know the date and times, everything that they can give you that's not too much of personal information. So I need you to, on this start date, you'll be done on this date. I need 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from this time to this time. So it was just interesting to me that it was not very detailed about what she was looking for. She said she was a single mother. She just moved for work and rented an apartment and in the process of moving in. That's not too out of the ordinary. And then for her to ask what place I live in, or what part of town I'm in, to determine a proximity to her place, that's usually not how it works. A lot of my families say, "I live in this area. Please let me know if you come or service this area." It doesn't matter where I live. It matters how far I'm willing to drive, right? So there's no reason for her to know where I reside, my town. So I called my mom I read her the email and I said, what should I do? It just seems a little iffy to me. So her and I talked it through. And we thought maybe I should ask a couple questions that will help me realize whether this is truly a mom or it is somebody that's trying to scam me. So I looked for a couple different ways to ask questions that put her on the spot, basically, of saying, if you really have a child, you will know the answers to this. So I replied, good morning, I have a couple questions. First, how did you hear about me or find me? So I want nowhere in her email, nowhere in her text did she say, I got your name from so-and-so, or I heard you about you on this page, or anything along those lines. So I wanted to know how she would hear about me, but I positioned it where it said, first, how did you hear about me or find me? I would like to properly thank them for the referral. This way you're not putting them completely on the spot of like, well, where'd you get my name? So then I asked, what area or city are you moving to? This will help me determine if you are in the area that I service or not. Again, this way I don't have to answer her question. More so she'll just let me know where she's from. And then I said, how old is your son? What hours and days specifically would you be needing help? What would the start date be? When does he start school? Will he be going to school full time, or will you no longer need me? Or would you still need my help once school starts? Are there any qualifications that you're looking for in me before hiring? What is your budget for childcare? Will you be expecting us to stay home for the 4 hours, or will we be able to adventure out? And then I said, these things will help determine if I have the availability and the interest to help out or not. Thank you. So at this point, I asked specifically details. I wanted to know details. So I did forget before sending this email, she did tell me the age of her son in the first text message she reached out to. He's 5 years old. So I forgot about that when I sent this email. So she responded, but again, I got another text saying, good morning, how are you doing today? I read your email and responded. Please review the message and write back soon. Thanks. Again, very straightforward, saying you need to respond. So I went and read her email. And so mind you, she did ask about me helping around the house and running errands. I did not ask a single thing about running errands or helping around the house or what that looked like for her. I was just looking to ask about the childcare. Okay? So this is the email I got back. Hello, I appreciate the response and your interest. My schedule is quite flexible. I need you around on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 2 to 6 or 7 p.m. Please let me know if that works for you. As I said, my schedule is flexible. My location is in where I live. I found you through your Facebook page. We will discuss your services when I'm settled. You two can take a walk, take him to the park, help him in his studies. Just make sure your visits are well spent with him. Regarding errands, Sam's birthday is in a few weeks, and I'd like to surprise him with a new electric bicycle. With the money I will send you, I'd like you to make a payment for the bicycle before we arrive to deliver prior to arrival. So it could be a surprise to him, and of course you'll be paid for your extra services. I already had the bicycle picked out, and I'm buying it from a lady who's giving me a good deal for it. I will send you her payment information when you receive the money. I paid my first sitter $430 a week, and I'd like to start on the same note for you. Let me know if you're comfortable with that. Payments would be via check, and I'll be needing your full name, mailing address, so my financer can send you a check for the job and bicycle payment, also to have your service secured for the month. Please get back to me as soon as possible so we can proceed. I hope to hear from you soon. So this is where all the red flags came in, and this is when I really truly realized this is not a family. So mind you, this kid is 5 years old. None of my questions were really answered. I think maybe 2 of them were answered. So I feel like I was just ignored in everything I needed to know. But she mentioned his studies. He's 5. A lot of my families would be more specific on, like, I'd like you to help him with his reading or his sight words, or he's lacking in his colors, or they're more specific about what they're looking for. than just his studies. I don't think I've ever heard anybody refer to a 5-year-old's education as their studies. Another thing is I've never heard of a family buying an electric bicycle for somebody who's 5, turning 6. Still, I've never heard of that. A lot of my 5 and 6-year-olds are just learning how to ride a bike. Not even, it's more like scooters and stuff like that. So that was off to me. And then the whole, I'll send you a payment and you have to go buy it before we arrive, and I want it to be a surprise, and I bought it from this lady who got a good deal. A lot of it sounds very sketchy to me. And then the $430 a week, if you do the math about what she was saying, that's $35 an hour. I have never been offered $35 an hour for childcare related services in any manner, especially for one kid. That's crazy. So that was a big red flag to me. And then on top of that, none of my families ever have told me that they have a financer or that their financer will be paying. You'll get paid via check. They usually, do you have Venmo? Do you got Venmo? I'll pay you through Venmo. Or if you want cash, they do cash. I've never had a family say, my financer will be reaching out and paying you. It's weird to me. It's a red flag. And it may be possible for, like, I get it for high network families who are very busy during the week and whatnot, but this doesn't sound like a high network family, and she just wants me to be paid for a lot of things. Like, she'll be paying me extra for getting this bicycle and surprising her son with it. She's going to be paying me for my services, which is the $430 a week. A week. That's crazy. So not only are there a bunch of red flags, I find it strange that she asked for my address twice. That's not really necessary. So I talked to you guys about, you guys ask me all the time, where do I find clients and so forth. And I tell you to put your name out online. But it's important that you know how to look and recognize red flags so you're not being scammed. So she said that she found me on Facebook. I looked up her name. I cannot find her on Facebook at all. So I know that she may have, but it's not under her name. So since my name is out there on Facebook, I try really hard to make sure that these families are legit before they start working with me, before they start working with my company. And in that, I find it really important that you are doing your best to make sure that you're vetting these families just as much as they are you. I think it's important that you are not walking into a household that you don't know. So I'm part of a nanny Facebook group, and I've seen on there multiple nannies talk about how they have been scammed through online babysitting services, through families they found through those online babysitting services. So making sure that you're really going through the process and taking it slow. Don't jump into anything too quickly. Because if I would have said, yep, I am available, I'm interested, let's do it, I could potentially have been scammed for all I have. And I know that sounds crazy and dramatic, but I'm telling you, 3 nannies, they don't have a bank account anymore because they were truly scammed. And they've been doing it for years. It can happen. So just really be aware. Again, look for those red flags. I like I said earlier in the video, I sent that email, I screenshot it and sent it to 2 different nannies saying, what do I do? What do you feel? What would you do? And they were like, they were telling me, ask all these questions. Make sure that you're truly confirming it's her. Now, listen, you know how I know it wasn't a true family? And you're probably thinking, well, what if it was? I don't think it was. I have not heard back from her. I did not respond to this email. This email was sent last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. And she was looking for somebody to start, and end when her son went to school. Well, guess what? School starts in about a week or so. So she really needed somebody fast and quick, and she would have been on top of me trying to get me to respond. Because a lot of my families, hey, I'm just checking in. I hope, were you able to look at your calendar or anything like that? I haven't gotten an email back like that at all. So I know this wasn't true. She wasn't needing somebody for that time slot, or I don't know. I'm just glad I didn't go through with it. I'm glad I didn't jump on the opportunity. $430 a week is a good chunk of money to only work 12 hours a week. But again, I have to make sure that I'm putting myself first and protecting myself, because it could be a problem if I don't. If you haven't already, go check out the officer bullying video, the one about how to keep yourself safe as a babysitter. It's really important. I'll link it down in the description below. I just wanted to bring this up with you guys to show you that even in 12 years, building a business, working with employees, it still happens. It still happens to me. And I wanted to share my experience with you and really show you step by step what I thought in my process. If you have somebody that reaches out to you that you're really not sure if they're a scam or if they're a true family, double check, get a second opinion. Like I said, I sent that text or screenshot to 2 other nannies. I called my mom as soon as I got the email. Just double check. And if you don't have anybody that you're comfortable going to, go to the police station. I am sure they will be happy to help understand if this is a true family or not, especially young babysitters. You need to watch out for yourself with everything that's going on right now. It's important. Alrighty, if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please, 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 please be safe when you are babysitting. I will see you guys in the next video.